Alright, partner. Keep on rolling, baby. Keep rolling, 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 rolling. Keep rolling, 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 rolling. Keep rolling, rolling, baby. Keep rolling, 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 rolling.
Now? Alright. Alright, so here we're setting up for head-to-head. We got Josh's team. We got... Good job. Just knocking my crap on the floor, why don't you? So we got the team submitted... What was her name?
Mel Hutchins. And it's a girl, by the way, in the global gaming. I call her a maid, so sorry for that.
Way to go, Josh.
Well, it's my dad's name, so...
Anyway... So we got this here rushdown team. It looks like a good start.
And yes, they are only running 7 cards in it. I messaged them to make sure exactly they were serious about only having 7 instead of 8.
They have room to add in a utility slot. We got Relentless. They also have big entrance, but I can't find mine for some reason, so I'm just gonna... Josh's is right there too. I got my own action dice for it. But yeah, pretty standard team. Go for big entrance. Buy up a bunch of cheap 2-cost characters. Relentless your opponent's side of the field down. You got Silver Surfer and Professor X for ramp. Red Dragon to buy your big entrance. It's pretty standard, pretty fast, pretty efficient. We'll see how it goes. Can it be fast enough? We're going to certainly hope so. Afterwards, I'll probably make a few suggestions on what I would do if I were building something like this. Josh?
Yeah, I'm running a team that's kind of a play on what I topped it in Midmo with. Running the Wolverine, formerly Weapon 10. We've got the Stealth Ops. I've got Kobold, the Zombie Magneto, Summon Skull, Parallax, the Red Dragon, Blue Eyes, PXG, and Big Entrance. So we're going to go ahead and get this started. We're going to roll to see who goes first. The way we do it is we roll to see how many question marks we have, and then that determines who's going to go first. So we'll start. EJ's got 1. I've got 1 as well. So we'll pull off 1 to the side and try it again, see what happens. I got 1. And I've got 2 total, so I'll be going first.
I've been playing a lot of teams without Professor X lately, so I'm going to have to remember I've got access to that.
Well, not very happy with that.
Bolt's not a bad start.
We'll try to reroll these, see what we come up with. Alright, that's a little bit better.
That's a lot better.
Okay, I'm going to use Red Dragon Global. I'm going to go ahead and pay 1 to buy in my big entrance. I'm going to throw that in the bag. And since he's got they've got Silver Surfer on their team, I'm going to go ahead and pay 2 life, and I'll use Silver Surfer Global.
If you want that Resurrection Global, but you're set on basic actions, and you got maybe character space to work with, Silver Surfer can help you out. It's also pretty good if you've got strategies that involve actually being lower on life than your opponent for whatever reason.
True.
Alright.
That's going to be it for my turn. I'm going to pass over to you.
Alright, that's a pretty good start. Let's reroll this. We got Professor X, we don't need to keep Psychics out. And Shield. Awesome sauce. Alright, so I think we're just gonna mirror what Josh did. No reason not to. So we do this, buy the big entrance, goes in the bag, he takes a point of damage, actually so do I. So he's at 17, I'm at 19, well, yeah, I'm at 17 because I'm gonna put 1 in my prep area. Now normally I'm supposed to draw 1, but there's 5 total, so we know what they're gonna be. 17. And pass priority to Josh.
Go ahead and use Professor X. I'll move 2R.
And so you go.
Okay, draw for my turn. Wow, can't really complain about that at all. So, first off, I'm going to go ahead and use my big entrance. So, from there, I will... I'll buy a Wolverine. No. It's going to go straight into my bag from that. And I think I'm going to hold off on that move. So I'm going to go ahead and buy... I'm going to buy a Cobalt straight to my bag. And get that going. Then I'm going to go ahead and pass priority over to EJ.
PXG.
And then it's your turn.
Alright, draw my 4. Oh, if I was running a Black Lantern, that'd give me a free energy. I don't want the sidekicks. Really want to get the action face. The way that this is set up, I've got a bunch of different lanterns. I could use pretty much all these. But I think the lower priorities are going to be Bolt and Shield, so I'll go ahead and reroll those as well.
Pretty good.
And that worked out in my favor. So we'll spend the big entrance. 2 fists. And 2 masks. I'm gonna... 2 fists, 1 mask? How do I do that? Yeah, because I'm just filling up my bag. If I do that, I move 1, 2, 6. I think, should I buy 4 or should I keep these 3, put 3 in the bag, and then just have more to move over to my prep area?
I think their whole point of their team they described is they want to rush out as many characters as possible.
Okay, so we'll do that. I'll buy 2 Melissa Drax and 2 Guy Gardners. Put those straight in the bag. And pass priority.
Professor X, and I'll Professor X again.
And go over to Josh. Now, the reason I say Alyssa Direct might be a priority along with Guy Gardner is because she's the mask. So she's going to be key for Professor X, and more importantly, Relentless. Because if you're facing someone with a bunch of blockers, you're going to want to Relentless those. Problem is, Josh is only going to have a few characters on the field, and they're going to be ones that are going to eat space. So, speaking of which...
I'll go ahead and... I think I'll use my... Parallax Global. Why not? We can try that. See what we can get here. A little bit better. Alright. So... I'll go ahead and I'll field my Cobalt. I'll use this at 2 energy to field the Wolverine. I'll use the Silver Surfer Global.
So you could have just used the 2 energy to field him and then activate Parallax Global at the same time, couldn't you?
Yeah.
Which didn't, because you suck.
Then what I'm going to do from here is I'm going to go ahead and swing in with Wolverine. He's going to do 9 damage to him.
Yay. Well, first you're going to pass priority.
Yeah.
I'm going to PXG. Then I'm going to take 9. That's 9, right? Yep. So I'm at 8
and,
if I was at 17.
And since I did the damage to him,
Is that
what?
right?
Yeah.
No, I'd be 7.
You're at 8.
Yeah, 8. Okay.
Since I did the damage to him with Wolverine, I'm going to activate my Summon Skull Global, where I can pay a bolt and target monster you control damages an opponent, and I can put it into my bag instead of my use pile, which I'll do that, and I'll just throw it straight in my bag.
This is going to hurt my anus.
And then I will pass priority over to EJ. Or
You mean-
I turn.
Okay. Well, draw my 4 characters, take my 4 prep area. Hope I get lucky. What life are you at, Josh?
I am at 15.
15. Alright. Oh.
No
For
characters
the
and
love
2
of
sidekicks.
Christ.
So I see some rerolling happening.
Oh, hell yeah. Thinking of keeping the sidekicks. And synergize pretty well with Gardner. Here's my Relentless for your Cobalt. I could just go for it. I mean, worst case scenario, I've got blockers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think I'm just going to go for it. For the love of fuck.
No guys and 2 Lacey Drakes.
No, guys, it's your nightmare, Josh.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I could Parallax. But then I would need one to field there. Yeah, I'm just going to reroll these guys. I'm going to activate your Parallax.
Okay. Nothing.
That's like the same thing! It is the same thing! Wowzers. Nothing better to do but to Parallax again. Hope we get lucky.
Nothing.
Well, I mean...
We got some ramp.
Yeah, I'm going to keep this. Spin a fist, field her. Now, what this Parallax actually does is, while active, at the start of my attack step, I name a character. If at least one of those character dice blocks, you may move 2 dice from your opponent's use pile to their bag.
Mm-hmm.
So, let's see here. How many dice are in your bag right now?
I have 3.
3. So, well, he just won't block. I mean, Lysadra could be a lot better with, like, a force to block global. And I'm not going to win, so there's not a whole lot of point in just straight up attacking. Better off keeping these as blocks. I suppose maybe I could attack with one of them? Because he didn't buy Stealth Ops yet, so he won't be unblockable. What to do with the last of this? Well, I'll keep the guy Gardner. I mean the fist. I had nothing to really spend that on. And I'll hang on to these, that way I can do a bunch of PFG ramping. So, that's priority to Josh.
I'll use Professor X.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll use Professor X again.
And go ahead.
Draw 2. Yeah, I believe that's going to come down to game right there. I'll re-roll these, just see what happens. Oh yeah.
They have game.
They're running Relentless.
So they are.
So I'll pay the 3 to field Wolverine. And I will use their Relentless to cause Lesser Drake not to be able to block both of them. I'll pass priority over to you. And then I'll just swing in for game.
Yeah. So I had a really bad roll on that last turn. Definitely hurt. Yeah, sorry this didn't play out a lot better. I definitely see where you're going with this, though, and it definitely has potential. I like that I like that there's one of each energy type for big entrance. That way, whatever you roll, you can go for it. I'm not a fan of everybody that's not Guy Gardner, though. It looks like it's meant to be cheap with recent available cards, which, nothing wrong with that. Lex Luthor I would probably drop for a better, easy-to-get 2-cost. Like, say, maybe the common Constantine from Justice League if you're having troubles with opponents using a lot of actions against you. Big entrance, Lantern Ring, all that kind of stuff. Or if Overcrush is prevalent in the area, you can use the uncommon Zombie from the D&D set. He actually helps with stuff like that. Miriam, 2-cost bolts. It pretty much comes down to her or the rare shield agents, which I'd only really recommend going for that if your opponents run a lot of Avengers, maybe.
Well, the one thing I noticed that their 8th spot really needs to be taken up, if it's possible, by the rare ring, because it's nice to get that rare ring out there, buy up a whole bunch of Guy Gardners, fill Miri, and then just field all your Guy Gardners you just bought, and then that's going to be some huge damage.
Yeah, but in my opinion, I mean that's old hat. I'm not really sure if.
Yeah, I mean, if anything, like there's certain like you could definitely just buy a Les Drake, and well, no, yeah, you could buy her.
What you
and
could
you could buy
do,
Miri's.
Josh, hold on. What they could do is to prevent the situation like we had here, where you're using the Relentless against me, is they could throw in the Human Paladin Lesser Emerald Enclave. While that's fielded, it's a 4-cost. While it's fielded, all your opponents, your characters are unaffected by your opponent using globals on them. And he's even got a global where you could spend a shield to prevent, to reduce the damage you take from an ability to 1. So, Jocastas, Gobbies, that kind of thing. It'd also have you there. And it's common, it's pretty cheap. It's a really good card to own. Lissa Drac, she's okay. She's not bad, not bad. Maybe I'd test out Morphing Jar. That could be interesting. You don't really get the reduction, but it's still a solid hitting, especially on its level 3 phase. Another option, if you can get it, would be the rare Psylocke from Ultimate X-Men, or Uncanny X-Men. She is by far the best 2-cost mask, probably in the game.
She would be a definitely good replacement for Elisa Drake.
Give you some actual spot removal. Professor X is okay if you really feel like swapping that out.
I'm not really so sure in this team that their team that Professor X is even really needed that much.
Yeah, it gets with big entrants and all these cheap characters. If you go up against somebody and they don't have Professor X, it's not going to hurt you. You're fine. I mean, if you go up against somebody and they've got Professor X, then you've still got access to it to keep up with them. But you can just buy out a bunch of characters, fill your bag up with them with big entrants, and then say go. Red Dragon's good if you're running an action, especially a 3-cost action. What I recommend is on the off chance, if you can get the uncommon, I prefer that to the common, just for the sheer fact that it's got a better breath weapon ability. You could pay 2 life to activate it. Not a big deal. Actually, I'm looking at this. This is all commons. Was this supposed to be for Little Cup?
No.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Well, if you're running Little Cup, this would be probably a much different story. This would be awesome. I definitely would try out a big entrance Guy Gardner combination in Little Cup. Silver Surfer, nice choice. Nice choice.
Now, if he would have actually landed those Guy Gardners on me,
It probably
both of
could have
them,
just destroyed you.
That would have probably been game, yeah.
Let's see what I can do here.
Rolls just weren't with, yeah. He came in.
There's
There he goes.
one.
There's one.
There's another one. So, let's say I had the energy for that. Let's see. There's 5. Then we got 4.
It would be
5,
plus
6,
3.
7. So it'd be 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Yeah, that would have been game.
Yeah.
Easily.
Yep. Just couldn't get the rules, though. Well, thanks for...
Guy Gardner's insane.
Oh, yeah.
If you're running a fist beatdown team and you don't have like Black Widow, I think I might like Black Widow Serena a little more just because she does combination of direct damage and physical combat damage.
Oh, yeah.
But it's not always guaranteed. They could spin down and whatnot.
Yeah.
So, but Guy Gardner's definitely cheap. He's got money wise, he's cheap. He's got that going for him. I kind of wanted to make a team with, and I'm still working on this, but like Guy Gardner, big entrance, run the Web Slinger Spider-Man, so that when he attacks, all your opponent's stuff has to block him, and all your Guy Gardners go through. The rare Venom, so if he's on a burst fist, all your fists get +1 attack, so powers him up even more. And yeah, I don't really know too much about Guy Gardner character-wise, but apparently he is the third member of that little Spider-Man Venom love triangle as far as Dice Master goes. But yeah, definitely tinker with this, see what you got available. Definitely got room to work with. It's not too bad of a strategy overall.
If any of you guys have any teams that you want to submit to us to play against on head-to-head, if the team wins, you get a free custom bag that we're having commission made. So that's good cool prize, and maybe some custom dice that I'm trying to work on as well.
I think next time we should do 2 user-submitted teams face-to-face with each other.
Yeah.
And then if you even want to request who runs it, feel free.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, this was kind of like me coming up to you with, like, hey, look at this, somebody's got this, and you're just sitting there like, yeah, I don't feel like giving a shit today. Punch, punch, punch.
Yeah, that'd be cool, too. If 2 of you want to submit teams go head-to-head against each other, then, yeah, we could definitely do that, and at least that'll guarantee a winner that comes out at the end.
That, or next time, I can make a casual team, and then Josh can try to run your team.
Well, thanks for watching. We'll have more videos coming as soon as we possibly can.
Yep. And now wait for him to figure out how to work this.